So yeah, nice and hot today.
Very warm. Oh, have you seen that commercial by Manscaped where it's just like my balls are hot? Or no? So there's this one UFC fighter, like after a match, the guy that runs it or whatever, he's just like, "Why'd you take your pants off?" He's like, "My balls are hot." And then it cuts to him. He's like, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I suffer from my balls are hot. That's why I use Manscaped." I'm like, that is one of the best product placements or like personal thing to do.
It's funny but true.
It is.
Ready? Let's do it. Okay, so let's do it.
My balls are hot.
Hot meatballs.
There we go. That's our hook right there. Hot balls.
Oh my gosh. It is too warm. So, coming to you from a dumpy little garage in the San Fernando Valley.
I'm Brandon. He's Ryan, and welcome to Bridging Otacos. It's good to be back.
Hot in the San Fernando Valley, man.
So damn hot.
I mean, like everyone knows it, but like, it's too much. I mean, and our dumpy little garage is seriously
We're in a
dumpy
sauna.
little garage. It is hot in here. We got Topo Chico on ice right now.
I already finished my double Chicos on
No
ice.
way.
I'm like,
You got more? Okay, good,
I'm a
good.
little bottle, but I already finished most of it. It's like, yeah, no. Everybody's just like, oh,
too hot.
California, the sunshine state. Yeah. No, we do have the sunshine. What comes with it is the heat.
No, it's not the sunshine. It's the sunbake. Or the sunburn state.
The sunburn.
The sunburn
Just
state.
the crispy. You're freaking Death Valley, dude.
I went, because I went camping this weekend with the boys and my family, right?
Mhm.
So, it was hot. We went up to, what is it called? Fraser Mountain. Over
Okay.
here, it's northbound on the 5. And I think we were at 5,000 feet. It was still 95 degrees.
What?
Right? It was 95 degrees peak day, and then at night it dropped to 40.
That is just too much of a difference.
It's a huge swing. It's not normal. It's not good. It's not a good thing.
Did you get cold sweats?
Yeah,
Or-
at night I was actually sweating at night, yeah. I was like, why am I hot? And then I was like, wait. And I touched the tent,
Mhm.
and I was like, it's not hot, it's cold.
Yeah.
And my body's like trying to regulate.
Mm-hmm.
Plus I was in a sleeping bag, so.
Because I heard the worst thing to do is like when you get the cold sweats, it's like they'll just rip it open and like get all the cold air in. It's like that's how you're just like done.
Yeah, I had to sweat it out for like a good 5 minutes, and then I was like, okay, so I zipping little by little.
Mm.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And then I just kind of popped, there's a zipper vent on my tent. I just zipped it open, and that helped a little bit.
That for sure would.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how we are. So anyway, it's super hot out there, right?
Mhm.
And I look at my brother and everything. I have a company. My brother started his own company too. And then he says, so now he's like in the mindset of me, like, what can we call our camping crew here? I'm like, we should be called the Sunburners.
The sunburners.
And he's just like, it actually works out pretty good because it's like, because you're burning sunlight, like out there doing like,
My brand is like you're all Mexican sunbeaners.
the sunbeaners. Oh my gosh, that is so. It's almost like Bridging Otacos.
There we go.
Dude, that's actually pretty funny.
Dude, while you were busy sweating, I was busy. I won tickets to a concert for, if everybody knows, Survive Said the Prophet. They did the opening for Vinland Saga and one of the Code Geasses. But I entered in a raffle, and literally day of, guy text, like the Instagram account lets me know. I know the dude anyways, Pika Dude. If you ever see my main channel, I met him at
It's a good name.
Anime Impulse. Dude, the guy loves Pokemon so much, and that's literally like his whole like theming Pika Dude. And it's like, it's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
That's good. Cool.
Met at Anime Impulse, did 2 videos down at his store, really nice. So he texted me, he's like, oh, you want tickets? Day of. He knows I don't live in San Diego. I literally called up my friends, like, who wants to go? The one friend that does not listen to music is like, oh yeah, I want to go. So I just barreled down at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way down to San Diego, check into the hotel, because I wasn't going to drive back up the same day.
That's the one you asked me about, right?
Yeah.
That's the same, because you went to 2.
Yes.
Right?
So the day that you left for camping, I went down to San Diego.
Okay.
Pop in, 15-minute nap once we were done, head into the dive bar. I kid you not, I should have bought the $1 earplugs. It was just so much, because it's rock with a bit of scream. Mm-hmm. So you can picture how your eardrums are after that. You heard nothing. Yeah. But the funny story is, I wanted to take a picture with the lead singer. And the thing is, once the concert was over, they were like shuffling us all out, because it's a small venue, so it's like, okay, don't be like so close as they're tearing everything out. Mm-hmm. So when we get out, they had a tour bus, and we're like, okay, maybe we can wait there and see if we get autographs, because that's what people were thinking. I'm like, you know what? Worth a shot, why not? So we're like waiting, 10, 15 minutes pass by, and I'm just like, I kind of want to go back to the hotel. So I look at the 2 double doors that like you can look into the bar itself. And they're busy packing up, everything's there. And I see the main singer, and I just want to knock on the door and say, hey dude, I really liked your set, can I take a picture with you? But that was where everybody else was, and I didn't want to interrupt this conversation. So eventually he leads to a side door that I saw earlier when I was doing a lap around the building so I can get in. Comes out to the side, I nonchalantly walk over, I'm like, oh, I'm going to my car, knowing damn well nobody parks in this alley. And I'm just like, oh, sup, dude? And just like say, good show, can I take a picture? And nobody that's waiting for us can see me because I'm in a little indent.
Yeah.
Take a picture. And he's like, dude, please don't tell anybody up here. I'm like, I got you. As soon as I step out, literally 5 steps away, some guy that was also waiting, he's like, so dude, what happened? Like, just wondering where I was. I'm like, oh, nah, security, dude. Like, security kicked me out. He's like, ah. So he just starts falling back with me. My friend, he's waiting there. He's like, oh, dude, so what happened? I made sure I said it just a little extra loud. I'm like, yeah, no, security, man. Security kicked me out. And I'm just, like, repeating that as we're, like, walking away. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. I was like, do you want to try it? No. Get to the car, whip out the picture. I'll probably put it. Just boom, right there. And I'm just like, and that is how I finessed the picture.
Okay, so on that, when you put the picture up, just make sure on the bottom, you put professional stalker.
It is not professional stalker. It is called boldness.
You literally were like, okay, how do I weasel my way around security?
Hey, there are times where you want to get things, you're just like,
oh, no, you do it.
I gotta be a bit sneaky on this one.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you're, like, you know about rap or hip-hop or anything like that. But, when he was brand new, you heard of Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, I've heard of Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so he was I wouldn't say brand new, he was doing some stuff, he was starting to come up. But he actually did a live show. It was kind of like he was like kind of showcasing some of his new songs. I don't remember the songs. It was a while ago. I was still in college, so it was like in like 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a show at an Apple store in Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
At the I think it's the Santa Monica Promenade.
Mm-hmm.
And so my buddy he texted me, goes, hey, this is when Instagram was like barely getting like big popular.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes, hey, I just saw Kendrick posted he's going to have a show at the Apple Store. And I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, let's go. And I'm like, now? And he's like, yeah. So we jumped in our car, dude. We took off Santa Monica. And, we saw him perform. And then we're walking, we're like, he said, okay, let's walk around now. We're walking around. And then there's this alley. And then I'm just walking. I'm like, hey, isn't that Kendrick? And my buddy looks at me and goes, nah. I'm like, it looks like his jacket. He's wearing the same jacket, right? And then
it's like, what are the chances?
And then he has 2 security guards with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they look at us and they go, because one of the security guards, he was standing next to me, because we got there on time, so we were like right in the front.
Oh.
And so he talked to me. He goes like, hey, just if you get people shoving from behind, like shove them back. I got you, because we can't be having people like push the stage, right? And I'm like, okay. So he saw me and he goes, hey. He waves me over, and my buddy's like, what? And I'm like, let's go. And you go, dude. We got a picture, like literally individual pictures
with Kendrick Lamar. Do you still have them? Or
They should be on my Facebook account, which I don't have anymore. So unless there's a way to access like old Facebook pictures.
If it's on screen now, it is.
Yeah.
If it's just some random picture I decided to put, then he does.
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
just Photoshop
dude,
with a picture.
We didn't even have. I don't even know, was Apple selling iPhones? Yeah, they were.
Yeah, because iPhone started in 2009. Right?
Yeah, but they didn't have the iCloud yet.
Oh, so you couldn't.
So whatever picture was on that phone
was on that phone.
It's like gone.
Mm.
People are like, he didn't have iCloud. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, these things are saved on the cloud.
How do you even like take pictures with the camera?
Just like you just pull out a Polaroid, just like with the yellow ones you take on school field trips. Like wait, I gotta get the flash again. Those are funny.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, dude. So that's kind of like what, that's a little bit of what we've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
We live normal lives too. I have a family. Brandon's going to school, and he actually you went to Anime Expo too.
Yes, I did.
Because our technical difficulties were pretty severe. Then getting equipment was a whole other story to replace, and I can't speak it. And then we look at the screen, and I don't see it. I think it went to the sleep mode.
Oh. So see, it's technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
We're just that paranoid. We're like, somebody turn off.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So
We were out for 3 weeks, I want to say.
3 weeks, because, you know, just, we had plans, he had plans, life, right? But we're back, and we're trying to do it. They won't notice the time skip, because it's just going to be like next week, right? So
it's just like one day, it's like we're buzzing, next day, just
yeah.
afro.
Well, yeah, his hair grew, my hair, I kept getting a haircut, so like it's like, you know, and then like I don't know if anyone's like noticed, but like I'm like shaving down now. Like I just got tired of the beard.
Yeah,
so
it'd be like that. I grew a beard once, and then I was just like, yeah, nah, not until I'm like older to have like a full beard.
Yeah, and it's not even that like I don't look good with the beard. I think I look pretty good with the beard.
At the same time, your face is just sweaty as well, and just like itchy because of all the...
Yeah, not only that, it's just like I just wanted to change it up. Yeah. You know, it's one of different. I mean, I don't even think I look that different, to be honest, but maybe I do. Let me know in the comments.
We'll see if there's a difference.
Give me a thumbs up or 2 thumbs down.
Just like Gladiator. Is it Gladiator where it's just
he's like listening to the crowd, and he's like, oh, and they're like, no, yeah.
Just public opinion. Just
that's literally our government now. Sure. Funny.
So yeah, we've been doing normal things. I went to AX this year. A lot of fun. I'll probably put a link to that description or some footage on here for
my personal channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
My socials at least are down in the description. Hopefully, I actually remember to put that when we upload stuff. The amount of times I forget stuff for descriptions or like thumbnails or stuff, I'm just like, I didn't have time. Just gotta go out.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But on the topic of anime and big things, we today, ladies and gentlemen, are doing our anime 3x3s. I nearly said 9x9s, and that would be 9 times 9 is what, 81?
That'd be a big list.
Yeah, imagine 81 anime.
I still could recommend that though. I still have more to go.
You just pull out my anime list and just like... Well, today,
I actually mentioned that they're going to be requesting, hey, we want 9x9s.
We want 9x9s. We want to make sure you have watched at least this many anime.
If you haven't watched just before 100 animes, we're not listening to you.
It's like, no, you are not enough of a weeb or otaku for us.
Can't.
You're just a normie.
You're just a normie. You're just an otaku. You're not an otaku.
You're not a spicy weeb.
Yeah. You haven't got to Ultra Instinct level.
But that's the thing. Part of me is paranoid with my list because I'm like, this is kind of normie levels of things. But we'll get into why my list is a certain way that it is.
I've seen parts of your list, and it's not normie. I mean...
Some, yes. Some,
but
no.
You have to have the reason to back up your claims, right?
Exactly.
But the other thing, too, like we had said before, anime is so dependent on the genre that you're into. Like, for example... A lot of people like horror films, right? I don't like horror films. I never have. I don't really care for them. Like, I don't vibe with them. Right? Excuse me.
Excuse you.
But that's like saying, like, someone also saying, like, well, I don't like action films. Well, then chances are they're not going to like shonen then, right? Yeah. Did I say that right? Shonen? Shonen?
I don't like shounen.
Shonen.
You sound like someone from...
I don't like
You know, in this kind of town, we don't talk about shounens.
Yeah. Or that girl Shannon from The Office. No. It's just, like, there's different genres inside it, right? Yeah. So just because whatever you like might not be on our top 9, it doesn't mean that it's not good. And honestly, it's just not our 9, yeah.
And it's kind of exciting to see other people's like 9x9s because people will like have something completely out of left field and people are like, I'm surprised it's actually on there, and they're like, oh, well, like this is the reason.
We're talking today about like Talladega Nights, right? The you know.
That's Ricky Bobby.
That's Ricky Bobby, right?
Shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake. It's like it's probably one of the funniest movies, in my opinion, that you can watch. But someone that like loves Adam Sandler and not Will Ferrell is gonna say, no, it's not. It's not funny. You know, Mr. Deeds or Big Daddy's is better. Ooh. You know what I mean?
Okay, what do you think is funnier? We were talking about this earlier, but I didn't definitively ask you. Which do you think is funnier, Talladega Nights or Benchwarmers? Because I'm leaning toward Benchwarmers. I think Benchwarmers is funnier than Talladega Nights. As much as I loved Talladega Nights when I watched it, if I had to choose, I would throw on Benchwarmers again. I will watch that on repeat.
Dude, that's a hard one. But just because I'm a former baseball player, I have to say Benchwarmers.
Yes!
Right?
Because
like it's just fun.
funny.
It's just too relatable, right? And some of the things that you see is like, okay, like that's a joke, but like some of it actually happens.
So I can
You know,
assume
like-
you were in the back of a Tacoma with a baseball bat just destroying mailboxes.
No, never.
But yeah, those are fun movies. So that's what we hope for
Yeah.
these lists when you guys put it down there. Just seeing the wide variety that everybody actually has and actually watching them because I have, for me at least, I love watching anything and everything. Like I'm watching the worst rated anime, well, one of the worst rated animes of the 2024 spring season. And it is terrible. I just want to see how bad it is.
Which one is it?
Some Eloise, something on the track. I'll put it up, but it's basically
Damn,
she was
never heard of
a
it,
she was a
so yeah.
ballet star that now becomes like a Formula One / Formula E driver.
Whoa, wait, I think I saw it get. Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. I just only watch it on Night Anime,
okay.
and then she's like, it's like the same story like Gran Turismo, where like the guy was really good at video games and eventually like races actual cars, but it does it terribly. Like I can tell that they like Formula One from like some of the stuff that they're saying. The commentators, I love them; they're amazing, but like everything else, I'm just like, the story, characters, it's plot. I'm like, now I can see why it's rated so low. So hopefully by the time this is out, I actually have that review video out. But so when it comes to like anime, I'm willing to sift through like everything, just be like, all right, I'll give it a swing at least.
Yeah, see, we're different in that regard. We're like, I will give anything a try, but I won't sift through it. Like once it's lost my attention, it's pretty much lost my attention.
Okay.
Like I know you got Deku right here, right?
Mhm.
Which I love the My Hero concept, right? Like and like what it's about and the world they're in and like
Quirks and
like the villains. This kind of gives you like a Batman feel because like the villains could not be villains to some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially Stain, right?
Oh.
And even One for All, right?
Yeah.
Like like he's out for no good now, but some people would argue like, oh well, it's because he wasn't loved or something like that, right?
It's like
is that
he's a tragic villain. or
yeah,
whatever.
is that an excuse? No, but that's his backstory. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? That's called good writing because now you're like there's a lot of gray area to play with.
And seeing how all the characters develop, how everything develops still at the time.
Yeah, but now the different topic.
Yeah, My Hero, like, it started off really good, and then over the years, it's, like, just sizzled out. 'Cause I remember watching it when I was still in school.
Yeah.
But, spoiler alert, My Hero is not on this list. But we do still have the same number ones. You might be asked, why is that such an aggressive cut? It's because we need to get this started.
Yeah, we do.
But number one on both of our lists, if you would like to take that away, is...
Naruto.
Yeah, baby. We
Number
decided to
one.
go with the Orange of the Leaf.
Yep. Orange Leaf.
Orange of the Leaf, yeah. I was trying to think of one of his nicknames. I just couldn't. The only thing that came to
Yeah.
mind was Bushy Brows.
Bushy Brow.
I'm like, no, that's just Lee. Or Bushy Brow Sensei.
Yeah, Bushy Brow Sensei.
What?
Naruto, man. Naruto is it's and it's kind of hard for me to say it because there's other things on this list that are so like they resonate with me and they're good, like they're so good to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have memories with them. But overall, what we consider a great anime, Naruto hits all those points, and even when they mess up,
They still
they do
are
a
in it.
great job of correcting it.
Yep.
Right? Naruto does. Not Boruto.
Yeah,
Not Boruto,
that
dude.
discipline I had with Boruto when
I
it first
can't. I
came
can't.
out.
I don't like. I will never know why they decided like, oh, let's just make a continuation with like a character that doesn't matter, right? And people will come at us. Like, it does matter.
They're just like, it gets good now. I've heard it gets good. It's just like, but the amount of time it took
But
to
even-
get good.
Not even that. They could have. They time skipped all of Naruto's young adult years, right?
Yeah, because the
Young
the
adult.
last-
He wasn't a young adult when he was in Shippuden.
in Shippuden, he was what, 17?
He was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
So
Where's his
when
20s?
people are like he was a young adult, no, he wasn't. But okay, first off, did he ever do his tuning exam?
And like one of the
can't
arcs
remember.
towards the end, because I remember
Yeah,
it
towards
was
the
like
end. Yeah, because he had a
he
you're
fought
right.
Konohamaru and then he
Yeah.
used the Sage mode and then they
Yeah.
disqualified him because of it.
Yeah,
After Konohamaru looked just like todo hecho pedazo.
yeah. So anyway, like whatever, we're talking about like something different here. But Naruto in itself is what we think embodies the old and the new of anime, and it kind of, in what I've seen, it is the reason anime is what it is today.
Mhm.
Especially with the way animation is done, fight choreography.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were the first, but just in case you guys don't know, the way that they design fight scenes now in anime is the same way they do CGI in movies, right? They put on the blue suit, they put on the leads. You could probably find a picture of it, right?
Yep.
And they have actual jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, whatever type fighters, right? Do the choreography for the fights, and then they put that and they overlay the animation designs and skins on top of those scenes. And some people would say, that's amazing, that's way better, it looks better, it's more graphic, right?
Right.
And then some people say, yeah, but now you're not actually an animator. You're a technologist.
And at the same time, is it grounding the fights, or do you think you could elevate it? Because
exactly.
An example when it comes to that is Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
When, let's say, for example, Sidious versus Darth Maul in Asajj Press.
Yeah.
That you see Sidious jumping, doing all these crazy acrobatic things, really defying gravity like how it is as a Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you look at the final season, you see Ahsoka Tano versus Darth Maul, which was mocap, which fluidly looks amazing and stylized. Like, you can tell, like, as soon as it went mocap, everybody loved it because it was this amazing choreography like the prequels.
Yeah.
And they were able to sprinkle the elements of, like, the grandness of, like, the Force and those abilities.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think what you're saying, how you are, is like, it's such a fine line tuning it where, like, okay, using mocap and then being able to.
It's always a fine line for any thing that people go, oh wow, that looks good, that's unique, that's custom. It applies to cars too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wrap a car in gold foil, it doesn't do it for most people. You know what I mean? There's nothing unique about that. It's just flashy.
Yeah.
You can make a flashy animation and it not be good. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, Naruto, in my opinion, is the best of both the old and the new. It's actually probably the best of the old and the greatest progression into the new. And not only that, story, lessons. I mean, most animes have one lesson.
Yep.
Naruto has hundreds of lessons, dude.
Like
per episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are there some dumb episodes? Of course there is. Because back in that time, like, you know, you run a 300 plus series, you know, it's eventually you're gonna be like, okay, we need some time to figure out the rest of this, so fine. Which, I mean, people argue, well, that's what they did with Boruto. No.
Okay.
Boruto did not need to start the way it started.
No, it did not. Like, they had, like, the amazing hook of Naruto, I mean, not Naruto, Boruto and I forget the name of the other guy, fighting on the faces.
Yeah.
And then just being like, yeah, I'll send you where I sent Lord 7. And just like, okay, amazing hook. And then you wait for a few episodes, like, okay, we're gonna go through this, like, filler, maybe it'll, like, hit. Yeah. It took too long for me. Like, when they went back in time, that arc, I watched that arc, and then as soon as I saw filler again, I stopped.
So here's my opinion, and we this is the last tangent, we'll get back to this. They're like, yeah, I know, yeah. Or they're like, no, they're wrong. But, so the only episode in Boruto that I remember is when Kakashi punishes him. Do you remember that?
Kakashi?
He's taking his exam. Boruto is.
Okay.
He's taking his tuning exam. And they're in, like, some biodome now. They're not even in, like, the regular forest anymore. Like, they're in, like, an arena.
I have a very, very vague memory of this.
Okay, so Kakashi is one of the proctors. He's up there sitting down. Naruto is obviously... I don't know that right now, too bad. It's too late.
Spoilers, sorry.
Well, I mean... some people might not have watched it yet.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe we'll bleep it out.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
Or not Naruto, in Boruto, the only episode that is memorable to me is... He's taking his exam. It might be the tuning exam, or it might be a different exam. I don't know exactly. But he's showboating. He's a prodigy. Yeah, he's the opposite of Naruto. He's had the best of the best teachers. He has Hinata's brain.
He's naturally gifted.
He's naturally gifted. Like, he doesn't struggle at all, which is, like, such a disconnect from, like, the Naruto fan base, because that's what made him relatable, was that everyone goes through struggles. I don't care who you are, where you come from, you go through a struggle at some point, right? If not multiple. So that resonated with everybody. And all of a sudden you have this brat, and you're like, it made people angry.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, what? Like, how can Naruto's son end up like this?
Right? I think, sorry to cut you off, but I think the only thing that can make it work is that they didn't take long enough for him to start suffering. Because I know what starts to happen in the manga, or like it does now, but there's like 200 some, like 100, 200 episodes.
They try to milk it. Try to milk it. That's just truth. Bless you.
About to peek the mic.
Bless you.
Oh, okay. Remember, Brandon, when you're editing this, don't have your headphones on when you sneeze. You're gonna blow your eardrums out. But anyways, like having a bratty character that has everything fall into struggle, I think that is a really good character.
That's okay too. Yeah.
It just took too long to get there.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Because you can do it that way.
Yeah.
Hate him instead of... Because Naruto, you love him almost immediately because he's an orphan, he's by himself, he's alone. You want to be his friend, right?
Yeah.
Whereas his son, you just want to kick his ass. You know, that's what you want. Like what? Like cool. Like because you come off of.
Okay. So camera overheated. We are back. The audio sounds slightly different. We're keeping the dumpy garage door open. Because if not, you
things are overheating. We're overheating, and the equipment's overheating.
So we're just like, you know what? So, we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Is my manga getting wet? No, I think it's fine. Anyways, so back to where you were.
Where was that?
Arm barring Boruto.
So yeah, Boruto's. You know, he's in the exam. He mouths off or something to his dad. It pisses off Kakashi, right? Mm-hmm. Kakashi comes down and shows him what's what, and it's like. He goes, if you want to get out of this armbar, break your arm. And he goes, that's ridiculous. Who would do that? He goes, your father would do that.
Yeah, it's like, do you have the resolve of a ninja?
You know what I mean? And then it kind of like clicked in. That's the only thing that I ever remember from Boruto where I'm like, yeah. But why? Because it involved Kakashi, who's an original character, right? Yeah. It involved like him getting upset, which is rare, right? It involved, you know, giving credit to Naruto and being like, you know, don't disrespect the only one that cared to actually make a difference
within our whole society.
Yeah. So
a war hero.
You're right. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, I think this can go in the right direction.
There's elements.
And then it just didn't.
No,
but unfortunately, whatever. So that's why it's not on our list.
No, unfortunately, that's why Boruto is just not here because
it's not even on my recommended. Yeah.
Because you see, like, the complete dichotomy, because there's supposed to be a mirror, but I think the mirror was just not complete. It's not like it even has cracks. It's just all smudged, cracked. It's not a viable source. It has, like, every once in a while, like, that little glimpse that will shine. Yeah. But overall, it's not, because, like, in the actual, like, Naruto anime, like, the biggest thing, each character's character arcs. Yeah. Like, you have people making the joke, oh, Sakura is useless in the original Naruto, and then in Shippuden, she has that one fight with Sasori, and she becomes stronger to some degree, so she goes through a character arc.
Sakura is more relevant in the Naruto universe than Boruto is.
Yeah.
Hands down. One, because she's the anchor for Sasuke to come back to reality, right? Like, that's real life. Like, some men need a good woman to, like, bring them in. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. Or a family, right?
Something that like there's really roots you.
There's a running joke though that like Sasuke's like a deadbeat dad. He's never home. He doesn't make any money. Like
no, he nearly kills his daughter because he doesn't recognize her.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like he only shows up to like you know, like she wants all this time with him, right? And he's just like I only. Like, he only spends time with her if she's, like, excelling.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're doing well?
Okay, I'll give you some time.
It's just like, we just put, like, a poster of, like, anime's greatest dads, like Sasuke, and then you have Gendo from freaking Evangelion. Yeah. Would you put Goku in the bad dad?
Oh, heck yeah.
There you go, you have Goku.
Oh, my God. Okay, so talking about Goku. Real quick, and then we'll get back to this here.
No.
So, my brother, he was like, why do, you know, Latinos, Otacos, why do they love Goku so much? Why does, like, he's the biggest thing in Chile, right? Yep. He's huge in any Latin American country, Mexico, whatever, right? Yeah. And he was like, and whatever, hot take, right? But he goes, yeah, you want to know why? I'm like, why? He goes, well, because he has no job. He runs away from his wife. he's not home to raise his kids. And he solves all of his problems with putazos. He's a Japanese machismo. And I'm like, bro, that is so bad. That is so bad. It's so funny because it's so bad, right? And it's like, unfortunately, there are. I mean, it's not just Latinos, but like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, especially in the U.S., Latinos who fall into that like
sort of category.
Category. Yeah.
Oh my
Unfortunately.
gosh.
Yeah.
The freaking putazos bars.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so true. He's just like, you're gonna fight? All right, let's go.
Let's
right?
go.
And,
He's like,
and Chi-Chi's like, what about us? He's like, well, I gotta go fight.
yeah.
There's even a joke at the beginning of, I think it was the beginning of Super, where like she's like, you're done fighting, you need to get a job, right? And then he's like doing farm work.
Yeah,
right?
he's a farmer.
And like it's the only job he can get because like he did farm work as training for Roshi, right?
Oh, right.
And so he got a job and like whatever. And the farmer's like, I don't have enough money to pay you for all this land that you tilled. And he goes, that's okay, I just do it because it's fun. So he just gives him his pennies, right? and then Hercule, who is also known as Mr. Satan,
Yeah.
right? Shows up and is like, oh, I have this problem. Like, you know, they want me to do this. I can't do it, obviously. And he just like dumps a bunch of money in front of him, and he's like, do it for this. Like, I do it. Like, I'll pay you all this money, right? And he's like, well, I don't need the money. And then he's like, and then he goes, oh, wait a minute, but. And he's like literally like thinking his heart he's ever done in his life. He goes, maybe I should do this, right? And he does it. He does whatever. I don't know what it was. He did something for Hercule.
Yes,
right?
this is the one where they're like fighting or whatever, and he like punches him, and Goku's like, ah, and like he flies over the building, comes back, I forgot my jacket.
Yeah, something like that, right? I don't remember we should find the scene and put it in.
I'll find the scene and I'll throw it up there.
And he shows up to like Chi-Chi with like two like massive cases of cash, and she's like, is this enough? And she's like, yes, this is enough. And he's like, okay, can I go train? He goes, yeah, you can leave for the rest of your life.
And then he goes to Whis and then Vegeta. And
like
all those shenanigans.
It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so, like, you got money? Yep.
So even the anime had to address like his like horrible like father like process.
Yeah, and then you have Gohan just being like,
oh, Vegeta's better dad.
Yes.
And Vegeta was so screwed up. Like well, he was like, I wouldn't even say he was evil. Let's just say he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was evil, but he's a better dad than Goku.
Because what was it? I love this tie between Super and the original Dragon Ball Z
that they're starting to get to.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in the anime anyway.
In the anime, yeah. I don't know where the manga is. I've not read that one
me
yet.
either.
But there's a scene where they're out shopping like all together. So it's like Bulma, Trunks, and Vegeta.
Yeah.
And Bulma's like, "Why are we out here doing this? Shouldn't you be training?" It's like, well, this is different. He's like, "Oh, because I made a promise."
Yeah.
And then someone showed like a clip of a flashback to when they're in the hyperbolic. No, not the hyperbolic chamber. The gravity chamber.
Yeah.
And Vegeta's like training as a Super Saiyan, and Trunks is like struggling to like walk.
Yeah.
And he's just like, for a man, this is nothing, but for a boy, this is so intense. And Trunks like, I guess I'll just go Super. And he's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes Super, and then he just like starts jumping around. He's like, all right, boy, if you can hit me one time, like we'll do anything you want. He eventually like lands a hit, and then Vegeta just absolutely clocks him. And before he starts crying, he's like, "Fine, we'll go to the theme park."
Yeah.
And then it was such a nice tie between like the two timestamps. Where like,
but he's being a dad in the way he knows how, right? Whereas Goku is not he doesn't raise Gohan. Piccolo raises him.
Yep.
Okay.
Goten. He's dead.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's dead through the whole time. Goten. Yeah. He's like meets Goten when he's like.
They're barely bringing him back in the latest Dragon Ball superhero movie. And they give him a raunchy, janky fusion with Trunks that didn't even do anything. I was like, really? Everyone was excited to see it, and it was like, that's what you give us?
Yeah.
That's not even like a precursor. It's just like dangling a carrot in front and then taking it away.
You're just like, I
didn't like that.
Yeah, but then Gohan turns out to be actually a pretty decent dad. Like he's like, okay.
No, Gohan is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gohan is a good dad. Like he's like, okay, I don't need to fight. I don't need to train, even though he can become stronger than Goku. Like,
well, yeah, because he wants to be. The only way he can't be better than his dad in fighting.
No.
But he could be a better dad than his dad. Yeah. And that's his. In my opinion, like the writers, they show that like, oh, when you have a bad father figure, you tend to be a better dad. If you try. Yeah. Right. So that's a whole different topic.
It's a whole different topic.
Yeah, which we'll probably dive into too.
So it's just like then when you see Naruto and how Boruto is, you're just like, how did that happen? How did that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
it just doesn't resonate with most people, I think.
Do you think it's because since Naruto had nothing, then he gave Boruto everything and he gave him too much?
Yeah, I think, and it does resonate with, I think, the wealthy crowd, like, the 5 million a year and up crowd, right? Like, there are things that people say, like, the worst thing you can do is give your children everything.
Yeah.
Because now they have no sense of self and purpose. Because they don't know how to become better.
Yeah, and so then it's just like
Yeah.
Naruto's character in the essence is just a gutsy ninja. Like his ninja way is like I don't
give up.
I don't give up.
I don't give up. And that's so let's get into it now because that's one of the reasons why it's my number one is who he is. He's alone. He has nobody. No family. He's an outcast.
Yep.
Right? He's being shunned.
Maybe one or two friends with Choji and Shikamaru.
Yeah, he's being shunned. He has even Choji and Shikamaru weren't his friends at first.
Not at first.
I'm talking about like the first episode.
Oh.
Like he had nobody except maybe his sensei that was trying to like guide him.
Oh, Aruka sensei.
Aruka. Yeah. Which the ending of you've seen the ending of Shippuden, right?
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't cry, but I teared up a little bit for that ending. We won't say it. That ending was awesome. Just that one line he said. I was like about the father, right? Yeah. And I was just like, dude.
That was just when like that hit. I was
even
like,
if you don't have daddy issues, which luckily blessed that I don't. It still I was like, dang, that's crazy. That was like the golden bow to tie up the package. You know? Yeah, number one for a reason. So that's how who he is. He's an outcast and all that stuff, right? But he doesn't let that stop him. Right? It's equivalent to like, you might feel like you're not smart. You might feel like you're not strong. You might feel like you're not, you don't belong to people, or you don't belong to a group of people. Right? Which we all need groups of people. We all need people around us.
We need social.
You can't be a lone wolf. It make it go crazy.
Yeah.
So he doesn't let that stop him, and he continues to better himself and grow, and he sucks. Right? He's not talented. He's not a latent ability. Nothing. He's sucks.
He eventually just gets one technique, and that's like
he has a powerhouse of a beast inside of him that, like, he's basically cursed, and he can't even use that power until he learns to actually improve himself.
Yep.
So, which is such a true story for anyone. Like, we all have this potential that we can tap into, but we're not going to be able to tap into that potential and that power until we actually work on ourselves first, figure out our weaknesses, and make them our strengths. Then things change. So that's, for me, that's why it's number one. It doesn't have to do with the animation, which is great. It doesn't have to do with the art style, which I love. It doesn't have to do with the world, which was created, which the world of Naruto, I love it. And people get mad at this because they're like, when is Naruto?
Doesn't matter.
When? Like, they want to know, like, what time frame in Japan are we in? It's like, there is no time frame there.
No.
Because we're like, oh, well, they have guns. So it must be like Industrial Revolution time. No. Oh, but then they use swords. Oh, but then they have trains. Oh, they have doctors and medicine. Like, but then they wear sandals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they want to know when it is. Like, Demon Slayer, the time period. They literally tell you the time period, right?
Yep.
But Naruto, there is no when.
No, and I think that's what makes it timeless.
And that's creative.
Yeah.
That means that it's like the creator was like, and I forget who it, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but he was like, it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
That doesn't matter because it's fiction. He's not trying to make something realistic. He wanted to make, and like we said, anime is, and you said it the best. You said it gives a sense of enough realism to be relatable, but enough fiction to be unattainable.
Yeah, to be escapism.
Right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, and Naruto does that the best.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he could be OP when he's in chakra mode with Kurama, right? But he's not eating golden nuggets of energy or something, right? He's eating ramen. Like, that's his thing, which is so relatable. Like, you're just like, oh, I could be just like him. I could go get some ramen today.
You're just like a broke college kid. You're like, nah, I'm eating like one of the strongest characters.
He's like, I'm just like Naruto. I'm struggling. I suck, and I'm gonna go get some ramen right now.
It's like, I'm alone. Yeah, ramen. Let's go.
Ramen. That's my thing, and it still is for me to that day. Ramen brings like a sense of comfort because it comforted that time when things were hard and I didn't know what to do and all that stuff. That's what things like that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get some miso soup, some ramen. Call it a night.
Even to this day, you have the stash in your kitchen.
I know, right? I just gave him today. He was here for a little bit before we started recording, and he was like, First off, he had a 4x4 from In-N-Out.
It was
like,
a good warm up.
You got any ramen? I'm like, bro, you're still hungry?
Yeah, 4x4 combo, and then I'm just like, still hungry, man.
And keep in mind, this guy is like a string bean. Like, he stands up. He's like
I'm a gangly. There ain't much muscle tone.
Gangly. He's part of the gangly gang. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. I'm almost there.
Almost. So for you, Naruto was the character of who he was and the character growth.
The way, yes.
Yeah.
And then the not only that, but the aspects of he needed teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're really like, I guess Goku had teachers. Like he had Roshi, but that's more Dragon Ball, not Z.
Not Z.
He had King Kai, but that was very like
that was more training,
little,
not like actual
like a teacher. Where he's teaching him how to be a person or build his personality. You know what I mean? Because Goku's been the same since he was like a kid. Yeah, he's never really matured. Right?
It was because, thinking about it, there was nobody to challenge Goku and what he did. If you actually think about it.
Yeah,
Goku got away with everything.
He gets challenged, but then he always overcomes it with power.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Naruto, he really didn't overcome anything with power until he had to beat Kaguya. Mm-hmm. Which obviously makes sense. You have to be more powerful than that to beat her, right? But
what I mean by challenge is like a mentor, like your person as you are. Yeah. Because like Naruto, when he was being like a bit of a attention-seeking brat to some degree. Yeah. It's like the third Hokage challenged him. Iruka Sensei challenged him. Kakashi challenged him. Eventually, Jiraiya challenged him. Yeah. So it's just like it's nice to see when a character is challenged not only physically but as well who they are as a character, and you see him from the first episode to where he is by the end of it. It's still this gutsy ninja. Yep. It's still this kind-hearted person that, again, like one thing that.
But it's a focused gut.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, I know what this gift I have. I'm never giving up. I know what it's for now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whereas Goku, he doesn't know what his power's for yet.
No, he just fights.
Like and I don't even know. Like, is it to become a god? Like that's what it kind of seems like, because that's what they're alluding to. Like Beerus is so powerful, he really has no purpose other than to just destroy stuff. Yeah. And he's bored. That's why he make him so lazy and he just lives around like like, you know, because he doesn't have a purpose. He's like I just blow stuff up. I just destroy worlds. So
yeah, because it's just like Goku. It starts off as the Z-Fighters, as like the protectors of Earth, and then now when we have other universes, like okay, is he the protector of the universe? And what's going to be next? And the multiverse, like it feels like it's going to go. I don't know. As much as we love it, it's just like taking a step back. It's like, okay, how high is this going to go to some degree? And you want like a little bit more character depth from this character that people love so much.
We'll talk about that a little bit more. Let's move on because we both have
Naruto. He has a number one.
Number one, Naruto.
I have it at number 3. I want to just put it together because it was just like, the reason why I love Naruto is because it was one of the first animes that I watched without knowing that it was anime. I remember seeing it in VHS at the library, picking that up, watching it. I remember watching the Naruto Neji fight and like reminiscing about that friend. Like that was such a good fight. Yeah. That whole Chunin exam arc was just such good fights. If anybody ever watches Naruto and they're like, I don't like it, I'll ask, I'm like, did you get to the Rock Lee Gaara fight? They say no.
Taking the weights off.
I'm just like, no. If you did not get to the taking the weights off, get to the taking the weights off, finish it. If you still don't like it, fine. But if you did not get to that,
tell me why did that moment give such DBZ vibes, but it just like it sent that chill up your spine like DBZ never did. Because Goku trains with weighted stuff too.
Yeah, when he fights Tien, he like eventually just takes it off.
But the way that they did it for Rock Lee, it was just like, bro.
I think because with Rock Lee, I don't know if I remember the fight with Goku when he takes off the weights. Was Goku struggling in that fight?
Well, he takes off his weighted clothes multiple times.
Yeah,
like he did it in Dragon Ball in the World Martial Arts Tournament, and then he did it when he was fighting Raditz. Yeah. And then, so there was multiple times he did it. It was kind of like his secret weapon for a little while. But the way Rock Lee did it, it was like nobody has ever seen this before. Not even my sensei has. No. And because even then, Mike Guy is just like, was like, whoa! Even I didn't know he can move like that.
Yeah, he was just like, whoa! Even Kakashi's like, dude, you're taking it overboard. He's like, well, he wants to be. He's like, he has no genjutsu. He has no ninjutsu.
He's just straight fighting.
It's just straight taijutsu, and it's just like. I think as well I forget what he had inscribed on them. Yeah. When he finally like just drops him after struggling and just being like, I'm going to go fully out. I think that people love is, I forget where I heard it. It's like it's like, yes, people like it when a hero succeeds, but people love to watch a hero try and fail.
Yeah.
So it's just like you saw Rock Lee fight with everything, even to the point of unconsciousness.
Yeah.
And he still fails, and people are like,
but that's real.
mm-hmm.
You can, unfortunately, and you just gotta get better. You can try your hardest to do something. It doesn't mean just because you tried your hardest and just because you want it more than anything else, like people talk about talking to the universe and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
No.
Sorry, it's just not. If it's not in the cards for you, you need to grow up, build up, and get better.
Yeah.
That's it. That's life. That's maturity, which hopefully we can help some people see that on this channel, you know? Because we're using cartoons here, right? But you could watch this stuff and be mature, right? And
we're watching anime.
Cartoon. Sorry.
As soon as you say cartoon, I'm like, I'm throwing the shoe at you.
Cartoon. Taking the weights off.
It's just like it just cuts to like technical difficulties. I'm like mid-swing. And then we just end up with just like me beating on the floor. You're just like, nah, this ain't my first fight, kid. I'm like,
yeah.
Fight.
Hey, FYI, he said he's never been punched in the face, so
do not do that if we ever meet up.
Just had a get a sticker, hit me here.
It's just a kick me sign.
On your face.
So you love Naruto for the character development. When I watched it, I was maybe...
And the emotion, I think.
And the emotion.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was in middle school, like properly watched it.
Yeah.
And so what I fell in love with, I think it was because it was like such a long series. I enjoyed it. I'm trying to remember the moments that I like fell in love with it. I think it was the emotional connection because I remember binge watching it for one whole summer. Like I was obsessed with it. I would be in the corner of my grandparents' living room, wedged between a plant and the couch with my computer like plugged in on Kiss Anime.
Nostalgia, man.
And just binge watching. That's all I would do. Literally from the moment I was dropped off to the moment I was picked up because I had internet. Just
like
cycling through it.
People say like, oh, you guys had it so rough back then. Like you couldn't just watch. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, like that was part of the journey and the excitement. Like
yeah.
Like just as simple as finding like a spot to go buy Pokemon cards that you really liked. You know, it was like, oh, I got my spot. Where do you go? Oh, because you could, like people went to Toys R Us, but it wasn't the same as going to like the mom and pop card shop on the corner behind like a fast food joint and getting a pack of cards and like, you know what I mean?
And you're just like, did you get some?
And you get home like, oh, I don't know what I got. I don't know. And my mom would be like, well, open it. I'm like, no, I gotta go home.
Yeah.
I gotta go home. I gotta
card sleep protectors.
I gotta get I gotta get ready. You know, like it was a whole thing,
mm-hmm.
right? Like it's memories, which like, unfortunately, like in my opinion, you get easy access now with streaming and all that stuff. It's still fun, entertaining, but I don't see it building that memory bank. You know what I mean?
No, I think it just the moments have to be very different.
Yeah.
Because like for example, I got into Attack on Titan like when it was the 3 years into the 7-year hiatus. I think it was from season 1 to season 2.
Okay.
That's when I got into Attack on Titan. So I remember waiting. For me, the moment that sticks out the most on Attack on Titan is when the first episode of season 2 dropped.
Yeah.
Jumping out of bed, running around like down the hall, around the corner, turning on the TV.
Yeah. Same.
Boom.
Okay. So we're gonna cut that right there. So
I'll start again. It's just
go back to.
I remember. So AOT, halfway through the 7-year hiatus, season 2, first day that it comes out, jump out of bed, run down the hall. I literally like Tokyo drift around the corner, slam on the TV, have my computer there. And just, my mom got pissed at me because I like blasted it, just blasting Sasageo. And just, I'm like, yep, this is what I'm watching. And like, that was my moment of just being like, when they're standing on the wall, that's when I got all the chills. So it's just like,
Sasageo.
Oh my God, so good.
That's like, at first when I heard that song, I was like, this is whack. Because I was used to like, again, I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but they were using metal, right, to intro animes on Toonami because they wanted to Americanize them, right? So to me, I thought like, oh, you had a heavy hitting guitar, fast paced cuts, this and that to intro animes. And then when I actually saw a Japanese production intro, I was like, why is it so slow?
You're like, this is whack.
This is really different. Like, but I learned to love it really quick because I was like, oh, wait a minute, I get it. They're setting up emotional ambience behind it, versus like the American versions, the dubs or the subs, right? No, the dubs.
Both, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The dubs. They just wanted to hype you up.
Mm-hmm.
Because in their mind, it's like, oh, these are fighting cartoons, right? So they want to get you going, right?
Get you excited.
And then you just watch Goku stand there and scream for 30 minutes, not even fight because of the filler. But that's what I'm saying. So anyway.
But yeah, it was that emotional connection, and then as well, freaking favorite character, Minato by far. Like that is where I was like, yeah, this is where I'm like hooked on it.
But the audio is continuous, so we should be fine.
Yep, I'm just giving myself a spike.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So, last thing I was saying before the battery died this time, not overheated, it's probably going to roll down my list as time goes on, unless I like rewatch it and like really find a new spark within it. I think it will always have a special place, but I think as I grow, it'll probably be like how it is like towards the end, where how you said like, oh, like the moment with Naruto and Naruto at the end was like that special little bow. It was like something that's always been there, but kind of like faded as the series went.
Yeah.
But still super like vital. That I feel like that's gonna be Naruto with me and my anime journey. Like it's just gonna be like, okay, it was amazing, it was good, and then it was just like, okay, it's still there and it's still special and I still love it.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna be as prominent. How's the framing? I feel like you could see a lot more of me on this side than you on that side.
You think so?
I think so.